getting some questions from our followers about dating.
Yeah.
Could you answer some of them?
Sure.
Okay. So first question, what's the dating process in America?
If you're an older person, like maybe in your 30s or 40s, you meet somebody, you know, you get along well, you ask them out, you ask for their phone number, you go on a few dates, so you might sleep together. After a couple months, you might become a couple. And if you're younger, there's less of like asking people out on dates. It's more just like you see people at parties and you hook up. You get drunk and you like hook up.
You sleep first before you become a boyfriend or girlfriend?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So it doesn't really mean anything?
Not necessarily. You can tell by the vibe, right? Sleeping with a girl on a one-night stand is like, you know, like nothing's gonna come out of it. But like if you've been dating a girl for a while, you can tell you like each other, you sleep together, like you know it means something even though you're not boyfriend, girlfriend. Yeah, you can tell it's trending in that direction. It's not like 100% sure that it'll go that way, right? But it's like high chance.
You already slept together and you're seeing each other for a while, but you haven't asked her yet.
Yeah.
The question, are you allowed to see other people in America?
So normally it is not uncommon for people to be dating other people. It's a healthy, normal thing to do early on, right? But like if I go out with a girl, if I'm planning on asking her to be my girlfriend, I'll cut off the other girls.
So, were you seeing other people when you were dating?
When I was... What? Next question.
No, I just... After you become a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you guys text each other, right? How often do you text?
If you have a job, you can't just be constantly texting back, right? Like I had one girl who I dated who like she couldn't use her phone at work. So she would text me like in the morning and then she would text me at her lunch break and then she would text me at like 6 when she got off work. So like 3 times only.
And they was
And
okay
that's,
with you?
I don't... What am I gonna get mad at her? Tell her to quit her job? I don't care. Honestly, it's not bad at all. I don't like over texting. It's more fun to just do it like organically. Just give people some space, show them some trust. You know what I mean? Like they're adults. Let them live their life. Like you don't need to like be attached to them at all times.
In Korea, we text quite often.
Yeah.
And also we report to each other. We share everything, like constantly.
Yeah.
And that's very normal, you know?
Mm.
How is this behavior viewed in America?
It depends like on what scale, but it's not that abnormal. Like if I was gonna go have drinks with my coworkers after work, I say, hey, like, you know, I'm gonna be a few hours late. I'm gonna go get drinks, right? I'm not just gonna go get drinks and not send you a message, right? But if I'm like going out to lunch with a couple coworkers, I don't need to text you, like, because it doesn't really affect you, right? I'm not gonna be home either way. I'm just having my work lunch. It doesn't really matter who I'm eating it with, right? So like that is too much. But like, yeah, like if I'm gonna be home late, I can't do something with you on Saturday because I make other plans. Yeah, like, yeah, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you what the plans are because it affects you. Besides that, I don't really share.
Okay, so another thing is in Korea, we ask permissions first. Not everyone, but I used to do that. So if I want to make another plan on the weekends, I ask my boyfriend first, can I do this? Do you do that? Do you get permissions to your partners? Or?
Jeez. You know, a lot of married men would probably tell you that they need permission from their wife to do a lot of stuff, but I think...
In America, too?
Yeah, I think that's kind of sad, though, and I don't really agree with that. But that doesn't mean that, like, oh, I do whatever I want. I don't take crap from my wife. You know, like I'm not like one of those guys. Like, I always want to talk to my wife about it. And if she's like, oh no, like we have something really important, we can't do that, then of course, like I'll take that into consideration. But if I'm like, hey, I want to go watch the football game with the boys on Saturday, she's just like, no, I don't want you doing that. It's like, what? Why? Like, no, I'm gonna go do that. If you have a problem with it, you're crazy. You're a crazy person. It has to be reasonable. It's not like permission, like one person is the boss of the other person. If you a healthy relationship, you always want to communicate and talk about things and ask people things, right? So like on one end of the spectrum is like, I need permission, And the other end of the spectrum is like, I do what I want. I don't even tell her. I just go, right? Both of those are bad. Like, you want to be in the middle. You want to talk about it.
Do you guys do like outfit check? So I used to do this with my ex-boyfriend. Every time I want to go out, I took a picture of myself and sent it to my boyfriend. And if my outfit is like too provocative, he would say no, like your top is too revealing. We
would see that as a little bit of a controlling, psychotic. If you don't like women, your girlfriend wearing like revealing tops, and your girlfriend always wants to wear revealing tops, maybe you should go date someone else. Like, that doesn't seem like a very healthy relationship.
But I heard Kanye West do that to Kim Kardashian.
Does Kanye West seem sane to you?
Another question. Do couples move in with each other a lot in America? Like, how do Americans view moving in with their partner before marriage?
I would say in America, pretty much every couple will move in together before they get married. Like it is extremely rare to marry someone without living with them first. You don't know somebody until you live with them. You don't. It's better to move in with somebody, and then if you find out you don't get along, you can just break up, right? It's much worse to get married, buy a house together, then realize that you can't live together, and then you have to sell the house, you have to do all the legal paperwork. It's just a much messier breakup. That actually is kind of similar to the reason why we typically sleep with each other before we become boyfriend girlfriend, because it's like, what if we're really not compatible in bed, or what if there's some issues there, right? So it seems smart to do that first, because then you don't have to break up with somebody. It can just be an easier, cleaner separation.
So the reason why we don't really do that in Korea is because it looked really bad if the future husband or future boyfriend finds out that I've been moving in with my ex-boyfriends before. Oh, you know what? I've moved in with my ex-boyfriend before I met you. We cannot just tell that because they might judge us.
That's what woman should do if she likes somebody, right? What's so weird about that? There's nothing wrong with a woman moving in with the guy that she loves to try to keep her relationship going and progressing, right? What's wrong with that? It's just normal human behavior.
Last question. So in Korea, we like a nice guy. And I heard that American girls doesn't really like that kind of guy. They like a bad guy.
Yeah, there's definitely like a phenomenon in America where like the bad boy thing. So like when a guy is really nice to a woman in America, I think they see it as like being kind of manipulative and maybe cowardly, right? Because like every girl, like a beautiful girl in America knows that every guy wants to sleep with them. So they respect the guy who's more like upfront about it and not like, here, let me hold the door for you. Here, I'll pay for your $200 dinner, right? Like it's comes off as kind of like, here, like I can buy your affection, or I can do you favors to get affection from you. Like, no, they want a guy that like believes he can get that woman to love him based on just who he is, right? So like that's what they see as attractive, like a man's man. Whereas in Korea, it's not like that. And that is something that is kind of confusing to me. Pays for the dinners, opens the doors, calls them 20 times a day. That guy seems to do very well in Korea. But in America, they would have no shot, right? Like they would do very poorly in America. Response to this, simp. a simp is the type of guy who would basically like agree with everything that the woman says. Oh, I love this $200 bottle of wine. I'm going to order that too. And he'll just be like, okay, whatever you want. And then he pays for it, right? Like that's like a simp. Like you're too afraid to stand up to her and treat her like a normal human being because you want something from her, right? You want sex from her. So you'll do anything you can to like try to get it. Like you'll be as nice as possible. You'll take any shit from her. You'll listen to her talk about Britney Spears for an hour and agree with everything she says, right? That's being a simp. That's being manipulative. That's being cowardly, right? Like I have no problem telling a girl like, ugh, like I cannot stand Britney Spears, right? Like she sucks. Like that's just my opinion. It's okay to disagree with people. Like I might like a girl, but if she tries to order a $200 bottle of wine on my tab without asking me, I might be like, hey, like That's kind of rude. Like, don't you think you should ask first? Like, that's just kind of like normal human to human manners and respect, right? And simps will let a girl walk all over them. They'll let a girl do anything to them, right? They have no backbone.
Okay. Any last word?
No, that's it. If you have any more questions, please, send them my way.